Can we just be...
But we talking about Till Death Do Us part.
Right. But in my head, that's what really happened.
Come on, Bryan, let's have fun together, the two of us.
She did business. You was thinking business relations.
The Lord must have said it again. He said, you mean to tell me Cynthia's my wife?
Yeah. And she glanced at me, and there was like this magical, just sparkles
like
that was
word.
just...
It defines a moment to where, like, every word is triggering.
But you always, I will have that conversation. You save M, okay?
You want to say the close to that?
No, I enjoyed it. It was awesome.
Interesting how communication stops.
So much change. You don't need to be like that. You need to get over it.
It's the product of consistency, so I can't really.
I mean, and this was his exact words.
Repeat that again.
We can do the dash show, we can slow down.
Family, welcome again to the Till Death Do Us Part podcast. And I think we're going to have a good one today. We happen to be here with our best friends. And so I'm expecting something special.
Yep.
Something special.
It's gonna be good.
But you guys know we're just here to get you laughing at what you were once mad at. And we're declaring, right, till death do us part.
That's right.
And so I'm not going to delay the point. I'm going to toss it over to the Greens. We have Allen and Ariana Greene here with us. Welcome. And just give us a slight introduction, you know, where you guys met, how long you been married, kids, you know, what's the story?
Yeah, I'm Allen. Of course, this is my wife, Ariana. We met actually in 8th grade, Walker Middle School. This was 2000. 2000.
Y2K.
I was 13, you know, with my white beater on and my, you know, pullover shirt.
Okay.
She was 14.
Okay.
You know, she had her K-Swisses on, you know, her Gap jeans.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
And, you know, it was just a cool moment because she actually, you know, was the new girl in school. And so yeah, that's when we met. We have 2 kids, Allen and Ava. Allen is 6, Ava's 8.
Okay.
So yeah, born and raised in Tampa.
Ariana Greene. Like you said, we met in middle school. I moved all over, but like you said, in 8th grade, I moved from Chicago. And from there, it's been history.
And it makes a lot of sense. I never thought about this before.
What?
But Allen is very competitive.
Where did that come from?
Oh, and he's very competitive. But I was just thinking, right, when he said she was the new girl in school. And so I know back in the day, like, the new girl, like that's a competition. So now it makes sense.
It makes
sense.
It wasn't, though. No.
Okay.
It actually wasn't.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
Okay.
It wasn't me.
So she approached you? No.
Sort of. She had...
Okay, we're getting there.
She had some, you know, some friends.
Okay.
Of some friends.
Okay.
And that's how I found out.
That's his story. But we have other friends that can take us back and tell your version and my version.
We love to hear both.
We like to hear both, and then we can disseminate which one's true.
I mean, I'll just tell you this. My goal was to settle up with my boy Kelly. So I had a friend.
Names.
That's how I know we should have dropping names.
Oh yeah, like
we like names. We like names.
So you had plans to hook them 2 up.
Absolutely.
It always starts that way.
Okay.
I wasn't really at that. I mean, I was 13, so I wasn't really into girls like that.
Yeah.
I really wasn't.
Yeah.
She was my first girlfriend.
Aww.
And so it was not. It wasn't something.
Know that.
It wasn't something I was like chasing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
So then you guys got to high school. Like, was there any like break? You dated the whole entire time? Was it like high school?
So he was talking about Kelly. So
Bryan, don't
you was gonna hook.
Don't bring Kelly back.
I was trying to figure out.
I'm sorry, Kelly, if you're listening.
He was gonna hook her up. What happened with that?
The deal with Kelly is he already had a girl. They was in the middle of a breakup, so he was like, this was a quick rebound.
To be the rebound.
The new girl supposed to be the one to make each other jealous.
The new girl
That's
was
a shame.
a quick rebound. Okay,
so it makes sense.
I got you.
Okay.
And through that process, come to find out, through another friend. She was digging me. You know, she was digging me.
Damn.
You know, like
the wingman came through.
No, I'm not saying I didn't notice him, but you know, back then girls grew a lot faster than, and he was a little short for me. So I was just like, he was cute, he was nice in the eyes, but I wasn't interested like that. But I honestly, if I can be like 100%, I don't remember like the transition of us like linking up.
Wow.
Was it like 2 weeks later?
Conveniently.
No, babe.
What?
What is happening?
2 weeks later, we started like becoming a thing.
Yeah. I think I told. Well, I think it was Bryan who told me. This was Bryan.
Oh yeah.
Because Bryan was talking to Natasha.
So Natasha was my best friend. Natasha was my best friend back in the day. Yes. Natasha can tell you a different story. I think she just like, y'all look so cute together, and we just started hanging out with each other.
So they pushed it.
Yeah, that's how I remember it. Now that I'm like, if I have to really like go back and
middle
jog.
school, man, I wasn't even thinking like dating somebody in middle school.
2 weeks after I moved from Chicago.
It was cool though. Writing notes and
writing notes.
You my friend, I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
So did you guys do the whole I go to prom with you type thing? Since y'all were together, y'all went to
homecomings, proms,
wow,
like a real.
But to go back
situation.
to, I think the question was, we weren't all like. Sometimes we were feeling each other, sometimes we weren't. Like,
right. So breaking, I'm not talking to you no more.
Yeah.
I mean, from age 13 and 14,
right?
Yeah.
Like that's a whole lot of life.
A whole lot of life.
Because right now we have 2 kids.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
25 years later.
25 years later.
It's crazy.
And
married for how long?
Yeah.
Going on 17 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So 17 years of marriage.
We went to their wedding.
Well, you did, Mama.
I mean, I did.
That's another moment. You know, I was on the road. You know, we had a concert in South Carolina,
but we had just started meeting.
Right.
Y'all.
Yeah, we had just got introduced at that moment.
Yeah, but I went to the wedding. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
We had a very simple
There's
wedding.
stories about this wedding. You know, what
Our $1,000 wedding.
Yeah, I told Ariana.
Let's talk about the $1,000.
Share
wedding.
your ways with me. How did you spend only $1,000? That's crazy.
Ariana had dreams. I had like grand dreams of what I wanted.
Yeah.
And my dad was like, yeah, no, we're not doing all that. So I think what happened, we had a date set in like April, and then we moved it up in February. And when we did that, my dad was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. And so
that's a story within itself, right?
I mean, it was just more of a control thing.
Yeah.
And once we realized like he wasn't
fully on board.
I mean,
he was taking his baby.
That's okay.
Yeah.
There's another way.
Yeah, for sure.
And that way is, I mean, at the time, I used to be really into shoes. And so it was like, okay, we're going to make this happen.
Did you say you used to be?
Used to be, well.
Used to? Like past tense? Okay,
certain
go ahead,
degree.
finish your story.
There's a certain degree.
Got
There's
there.
certain
We're getting
degree.
there.
So I ended up, all of my, the Jordans, all the, I had a collection.
We were cleaning them. He sold them. So he
sold them to get the money.
Wow, that's love
for
right
the wedding.
there.
Sold whatever jewelry I had. And, that was,
to marry
that was that.
Yeah.
So we used that money to do our little wedding in Clearwater for $1,000. It was beautiful.
It was
It was
beautiful.
like intimate. It was what? Parents,
close
siblings,
friends,
our grandparents, and then our closest friends. That's
No cousins.
No cousin.
How did you
Yeah.
feel
That's
like
when-
now? Like, do you regret having it that way, or you're like, yes, this was it?
I think I see so many people going into like crazy debt for a 4-hour event.
Yeah.
That's the part where like in the moment was I like, oh, thrilled about having this like simplistic wedding. But looking back, no, baby, that was the best thing ever. I remember like we came from, we didn't even have a reception. We had like the little family dinner at the Columbia, like just family style. And we got in the car, we opened up our cars and our gifts, and we went on our week cruise. And it just, what I'm saying is, we were able to concentrate on the moment and us versus just everything else around and for everybody. So.
Yeah, sometimes
and you're
people
telling me
miss
y'all
that.
survived.
Yes, they did.
You survived.
Yeah.
Like
We loved it. We had
Nothing against people that want big weddings. Like I said, for our wedding renewal, we could do something a little bit, you know?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's all about position to me. It's like, if you're in position to do that and that's your desire, like do it.
But we weren't.
We weren't. And don't do it because of pressure, because of outside influence. It's like, and if your parents want to, even back then, if our parents did want to bless us, I mean, we were broke. So I'd rather spend that money on something that is going to be meaningful past that moment.
Yeah.
And so,
and they have, you guys
there's
have
no regrets.
You
and
guys
so you
have
just
a
said something. You just said something
Yeah.
though, right?
Mhm.
Like, because I don't want to just skip over it because that is a huge stopping place for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I've seen people, even how they navigate that moment, you know, when things in the ceremony and things in the wedding don't pan out the way, like that animosity, that resentment gets carried into the marriage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so like in those moments when you're actually navigating that, what are some of the conversations like? What are some of the real emotions that you guys navigated through that? Like when I know you said, man, I sold all my Jordans. Like, was that your thought, her suggestion?
That wasn't my suggestion.
Like, how did it actually happen?
It's my thought. I mean, just keeping the main thing. Like, at the end of the day, we want to get married. We want to start a life together. What needs to happen? Outside of that, just needs to happen. That's just kind of par for the course.
And they didn't have it all together. That's the thing. You said you guys started off broke. Like, a lot of people get married. They say, we're going to get married when we have this, and this going on. I mean, your story is already a testimony because I know you've shared it before. Yeah. But when you guys got married, you were like in an apartment.
Yeah.
And you didn't have a house. And you didn't have kids. But
and one income.
See, that's what I wanted. That's what I'm saying.
But let her talk about it. Let's talk about it. So I want to hear what the conversations were like.
Yeah, for sure.
I will tell you what, when we were, like you said, we moved into an apartment after we got married, and it was a place where, okay, babe, I work in corporate America. I get paid semi-monthly. Let's set this up. Knowing I've known him since I was 13, but I've never asked these questions. We did go through premarital counseling, but it made it real in the moment. Like, okay, what do you bring home? And he's like, yeah, babe, it doesn't work like that. It's like, depends on the job. I'm like, okay, all right. And that was, again, I knew it, but it came real in that moment.
Yeah.
And that's where it was like, okay, it is what it is. Like, how do we navigate and
so
adjust?
Is this post-marriage or like...
This is post. I remember being in the apartment, kind of just like, again, you don't know what you don't know. And we got married.
So just so we can put cement this in here, right? The conversation of where does money come from was after marriage. Yeah. Once y'all were living together, already married.
Yeah.
Okay, just want to put the timestamp.
Well, yes and no at the same time.
Okay.
Like, this is one of the smartest people I know.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
She actually helped me before we actually got married.
Oh, I am remembering.
My broke days didn't start when we got married. I was broke before we got married. And so she actually, the truck I was driving and the apartment I was living in, she actually signed for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I had no credit.
And that's crazy, right? Because most people would now in day and age, think about it.
Yeah. And now I'm looking at why my dad kind of felt the way that he did.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. I'm listening to what he's saying.
Think about you and Ava, your daughter. When you think about it, you'd be like, whoa, what are you doing?
I did the typical thing. I went to after school. I went to college, 4-year degree. I got my internship. I went and started working corporate America. My man over here, homie G, he did the complete opposite. And my dad was just like,
what's happening?
What is this?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was just, I think, again, us growing up together and the friendship that was there. It was just okay, I'm here for you. What do you need to do? You're not lazy. It's just you going through a season of your parents are divorced.
Yeah.
Your mom left. You trying to figure it out on your own. The life, you don't just leave just because somebody's going through an issue. And that was where I think I was at when we were in college.
Because you were friends
mentality, the mentality, if I'm just zooming in, is there was just a real thought of, I'm ready to build.
Yeah.
I'm ready to grow.
I didn't know that at the moment. It was just more so, let me help you. you know.
Yeah, but that is something that I think that is so important.
Yeah.
Because I like to call it you're picking up weight, right? What makes a marriage rock solid, what makes it unmovable in storms is the amount of weight of the anchor, the amount of weight that it's sitting on.
Yeah.
And you want to pick up weight as soon as possible, as quick as possible.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people get into relationships or start relationships and they're not bringing any weight to it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no opportunity for you to, quote, gain value for each other.
Yeah.
And so now it's you can almost look back and it's you've been an instrumental in this journey. Like, you've been instrumental into like where y'all are today, to the point to where it's like, oh no, we did this.
Yeah.
You
100%.
know? Yeah.
And so, man, let's laugh at some of these moments though, right? Because when you think about 16, right, what was some of the emotional moments, right, in between now and then that as you look back, you're like, I can't believe we let our whole world turn upside down over these things?
From now to back when?
Yeah.
16.
16?
16. Like, what were some of the things? I mean, I would just say for me, I mean, I know I was just like most boys are, just immature.
Very.
And, you know, had my own thoughts and own ways.
Yeah.
You know, I loved her. I always knew, you know, I wanted to be with her. But that didn't change, like, some of my ways. And, you know, just the friends I had and things like that. Yeah, I mean, she was always more mature than me. Yeah. And so looking back, I would laugh at how immature I was as a boy. And how, you know, she was, you know, always there to help. Almost like level set. Yeah. Level set me. I mean, even today I call it like my parachute, you know, because I'll jump. Like, I promise you I'll jump. And she's always been that, even like when I look back, you know, over the past 20 plus years.
Yeah, because I love it, because it's like, yes, there is that time, but in that time there's growth, there's evolution as individuals, but you're doing it in a relationship. And a lot of people don't even know how to create space for people to grow and evolve in a relationship. And so would you say you guys have created space for each other to grow and evolve, considering from 13 to like 25 years later, that's so much evolution. There's so much growth there. How have y'all allowed space for it?
Yeah, but you want to get back to the point where you were saying where you guys first got married. They never finished that part.
Yeah.
With the income, I feel like that's a part of evolution, right? And growth. You started talking about that, but it kind of went another way.
Well, yeah, I guess like one way I had to evolve and make space was that like I've known since 13, like Allen is not like the normal just go work a 9 to 5, right? That's never been like his thing. And whereas again, I was taught you do it this way, you go to corporate America, and so that was already like a space of where like that's who he is, right? He's a very hands-on person. He's not scared to, like you said, take risk.
Yeah.
Like, and so navigating that one, again, I've been taught this from all my life. Yeah. I feel like that's probably been the biggest space for me that I've grown in. To see that it doesn't have to be necessarily ran out one way in your life. It doesn't have to go A plus B plus C. Like, it can be A and C and then D and B.
I like that. It can be all over the place. It can end up at the same.
But so,
result.
when we first got married and he didn't have like the necessarily consistent income, like we learned how to live off of one income. So every time he would get money from projects, like it would just be gravy. But it's been that moment in time, like, yes, back then it didn't feel good, but that's been foundational to how we continue to live life.
That's good.
In terms of how we leverage each other.
That is so good.
And just as we've grown, right? In our careers and all that kind of stuff, like we live off of one income and everything else is gravy.
I love that, because as a woman, you hear nowadays, they're like, oh, my husband don't make enough money or he need to get a real job. Like,
but my daddy always taught me to work, so I don't even know that life, to be honest with you. Like, like I feel like this
but
is
a lot of marriages have issues because a spouse isn't working or making enough that the person should.
Yeah.
I love the respect that you have for each other. You never threw it in his face as a man.
Yeah.
That right there can help people too.
Yeah.
Especially in
for
marriage.
years of the 17 years that we've been married, like, and I'm not saying this boasting, but like majority of those years, I've been the breadwinner.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't take away from, again, it's not like he was sitting at home.
Right.
He was building something.
And that's
the part where, okay, like if we're going to do this, like, it's not us. Me and you, or it's not me versus you, it's us together.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest piece for me in terms of just learning that it doesn't have to be this cookie cutter situation that I've always been taught that really was. Like, you're supposed to go to school. Like, that was the biggest thing, again, from my parents was like, that's not what, they wanted them to follow the same directions I did. So the pressure from that, that was a
lot
challenge.
of pressure. And I don't blame them. Looking back at it,
wow.
I don't blame her parents or her father, because I would probably be looking at this young man the same way.
Yeah.
What is your plan? And I did have a plan, right?
Yeah.
It's not like I didn't have a plan.
Just wasn't evident.
There was all the evidence.
We just didn't see it.
There was no evidence that was lining up with what I was saying. And, just looking back, Ariana, it's funny because not only is I was the one not making the money.
Yeah.
But I'm also not the one who is a good manager of the money, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And that's another thing as a man, like, it's, just leading with humility, right?
Yeah. Right, I was going to say that.
Gifts
yeah.
need to be focused on what? Like, we all have a part to play.
Yeah.
I am a dreamer.
Yeah.
I love vision. I love pursuit. I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I am not the one who's supposed to be orchestrating and structuring the finances.
Yeah.
And that was something that we had to, figure out a long time ago. We could laugh now, but
it was rough.
There's been many moments where, because of pride, because of also impatience, like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm a grown man, and you're not gonna tell me
the famous words. I'm grown. Clearly, you are. It doesn't have to be stated.
It doesn't have to be stated. But you're not gonna tell me what to do. You're not gonna tell me when to do it.
Trauma. It's okay, man.
And and so that balance of making sure that I am being leading with humility and being a good steward, allowing her gifts that God has given her to be brought to our family.
Yeah.
Was a big thing and still is a huge thing.
Absolutely.
That I respect.
Yeah.
And my honor.
Yeah. And so in this, right, there was a journey of faith as well that became a part of the picture.
Yeah.
And so how would you say faith started to get introduced as like a fixture to everything you guys do?
Yeah.
Yeah, faith is at the center of, I think it just all started when we didn't even know it. Faith. Like I said, I was saying things and God was sharing things with me before I even knew
who God
was.
Like
God. Before I even had that depth of relationship.
Yeah.
He would share things and I'd be just talking and she'd be like, this boy's crazy. But at the same time,
yeah,
it was just amazing. And that's where that friendship comes in because she believed it. She believed in me. She supported me even through her looking at it like, this makes no sense. But I'm rocking with you.
Yeah. So what would you say was the attractive element, Ms. Greene? Like, what? So
different seasons of life.
Different seasons of life, right? But the reason I ask these questions because whenever I see people getting over hurdles or getting past like stop signs that normally people like, no, this is not a yield sign. This is a stop sign for them. But for you, it's like it was a yield sign. For you, it was like, okay. So like, what were the things that were like, okay, I'm not focusing on this because I'm looking and focusing on that. Like, and of course, that's why I say it's like a strength, right? Because it's an evolution.
Yeah.
So it's almost like there were things that in your, 16-year-old mind is completely different than your 25-year-old mind.
Oh, yeah.
But just like the evolution of those thoughts and the progression of like, at 16, this is what mattered. At 25, like, this is what really mattered, right?
I mean, I think we all knew it mattered at 16. You just need to be cute, right?
Yeah,
and
that's
nice.
it.
Yeah.
But as we evolved, like even, when we get married, 23, like we were young, I feel like, to get married. At that moment, I feel like it was just like, I know I don't want to be with anybody else, right? Like, this is my best friend. And then as it's evolved.
Yeah, she didn't know. I mean, she wasn't aware that I was like, she wasn't asking me to marry her. She wasn't
it came
like,
out of,
hey, when is this happening? She wasn't saying anything.
Yeah.
I knew probably when I was maybe 19, 20.
Yeah.
I knew I was like ready. And I kind of went into adulthood a little sooner than most just because of, my parents being divorced. They left. And I was living on my own at 18.
Wow.
And so I was working full time.
Yeah.
And it was like a little bit ahead of even where she was because she was still in college and doing her thing, living with her parents. And so I was like, yeah, let's go. Like, what are we waiting for?
So, right, so of course in my mind, I'm going back little moments, right? These are normally stop signs, right? That, you know what I'm saying? You yielded and kept going. Name on car, name on lease, right? This is before marriage. Okay. Right? Yeah. So this is before marriage.
You're right.
You're signing
There's
up.
signs.
This is normally like, yo, get up and run, girl.
I got you.
Run, girl.
I got
so in this moment, right,
and I didn't really think about it like that. If I'm being honest, like I didn't. It was more me, like almost. And I don't want to say like this, like I knew where he was at in life with like his parents divorcing and him trying to like figure it out. Yeah. Knowing school wasn't for him. Like he went to HEC for what, the first semester? Like our first
Allen walks in.
Yeah.
He's like, I want this whip. Right?
No, he got his whip repossessed.
Well,
and he needed it.
And I was parking the whip at her parents' house at night.
Yeah, he was parking the...
And taking her car home so that they wouldn't come to my
He got
apartment.
heavy into a truck that... he shouldn't have had.
But you asked her for help. Or she offered.
No, I asked.
Yeah.
I mean,
so that's what I'm getting. So
that's where he gets to.
He's unpacking it, right?
Yeah.
So you know he's heavy in a truck.
Yeah.
AKA
can't afford it.
Can't afford the truck.
AKA can't afford it.
The truck is now being parked at your parents' house.
So we could get
so that they can't take it from his address. He then takes your car home, right? Because so there's this swap going on
for over a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
For over a month.
Yeah.
And so then that's what kind of springboards.
Like, let me help you,
They got
bro.
trackers now. They can find
Well,
you
and at the
anywhere.
time, I'm trying to figure out, okay,
what am I doing?
what is my next move?
Oh, man.
I had no credit. Like everything I had at the time, my condo had been foreclosed on. I mean, it was a whole thing. Credit cards, all the things.
Yeah.
You know, the economy, this was back in like 07 or 08.
Yeah.
So it was a recession.
Yeah.
And a lot of things changed quickly and a lot happened. But again, like her parents are watching all of this. Like she's a part of all of this. And, you know, she just was like, it was never a moment where there was judgment.
Yeah.
It was just like love and care.
So we'll just sum that up to being that's God. Because when I'm thinking about it, like it don't make sense.
Crazy.
It does not make sense right now. But again, I think, and we are such big believers of how we can master like the high and the lows is that we're friends first. Like it's not, yes, I'm attracted to him, but we are friends first. Yeah. And that part right there.
You miss that part sometimes in marriage.
I feel like overrides a lot of things when you're in the low. Like with one person's in the low, we in the low together. Like figure out how to get out of this low.
So it was more of a thought of this is my friend than this is my boyfriend.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It was more about, man, my friend's in a tough spot.
Yeah.
Like my friend, not necessarily my boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I think that that's like a clear place where people can see a difference.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's a lot of people who are, so it wasn't necessarily, I'm trying to do this to win him over.
No, it was.
I'm doing this so he can move forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he can keep growing.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like it's a different space.
Yeah.
Right?
And like I knew, you know, okay, me financing the car for him, my man has work ethic. Like he knows he'll get down and dirty. Like I'm not. And so I know he won't. Even though I see what I see, like I know he won't do me wrong in that regard. Or like this is not his way of trying to take advantage of me.
Nice.
So.
Yeah. So it was like, there wasn't thoughts of being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
There wasn't thoughts of like whether or not he has a commitment to you.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't thoughts of his work ethic. It was legitimately, this is a bad time.
Yeah.
For
Like
him.
this is a bad time. Like you mentioned, it's like this is a recession.
Yeah.
And as a friend, we're moving forward together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing you rock it. I'm seeing you rock it. So let's evolve, right? So that's that moment. What is it? That's like 25. What is that?
When was that?
Yeah.
That was like 2008, 2009.
Yeah, it was 2000. Yeah.
So
about
17 years
Like right
ago.
before we got
2008.
married. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is right before marriage.
Yeah.
Right. So at the same time, right, the name was on the lease at the same period. Okay, boom. So now it's like, what is going through Allen Greene's mind, right? Car in her name, apartment in her name. What is your thought process?
Gotta rebuild. and just starting from scratch. And at that same time, that it was a similar season when she actually really forced me to come to church because I was down. I was, I don't even like the word, like depressed, but like there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And at, 18, 19, that's heavy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of heavy things, a lot of, things happening in my life. But she brought me to church and she was like, Allen, you need to come, like, get some of the word that I'm hearing, I'm learning, because I think it'll help you. And I'll just say that's when everything kind of like shifted for me because now, prior to that, I was building for me. I was building for her. But now, it was like God challenged me through Pastor Powe, like, no, you're gonna build something bigger than you. Mm-hmm. And ever since then, that's what the journey has been. It's like, okay, we're gonna build something bigger than ourselves.
Okay. Yeah. But going back to when we got married, and he started a new business the same year we got married. So it wasn't like it was a whole bunch of new stuff all at once that we was.
We actually got married the same month I started Envision.
Yeah.
Wow.
Same exact month.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So
he said he jumped. Didn't know that. That's something new.
Yeah.
He started the company that, it's evolved, right? Like, it's just so much bigger than him now.
Yeah. And that was the goal. It was a promise. Like, when we start this business, every decision we make will be poured through that filter.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's beautiful. So how was it watching him like grow in the faith, right?
Yeah.
How was that journey?
So I've always been raised in the church.
Right.
So there's a look, right? And Allen wasn't that look. So I should say.
He didn't fit that part.
But when I met him, they used to go to church, but it was just like, we just go. It wasn't like involvement. You didn't have a lot of friends. You weren't doing things outside of like just going on the Sunday.
Okay.
But that's not how I was raised. And so when he first started, it was just, I think, again, just there because I was there. And I made it kind of like a mandate. Like, if this is going to progress and evolve, like, you got to be alongside with me. And I feel like through those moments of just starting the business, like us trying to figure it out as newlyweds, he kind of, that's when the evolution, you could see like his thought process was changing.
Yeah, because that's like that's a real place, right?
Yeah.
To where a lot of vice versa, whether it's the spouse or the husband at this point, are trying to figure out how to navigate that conversation of, I think we need faith.
Yeah.
I think we need to, or either we need it or we need to grow in it.
Yeah.
And it's like I love to hear how people navigate it, like those conversations. Yeah. And then how did you then even create space for the evolution of that?
Yeah.
Because I see a lot of people's like, so now you done brought this person to church.
Yeah.
Now they pop out saying, I done heard from God. And then people trip up again. And I'm like, well, you brought them here.
Yeah.
Now they're praying. Now they heard something. You're like, but hold up, buddy, you fresh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, now you can hear from God. Right?
Man.
So now he's like,
not the air quotes.
No, they get the air quotes and everything. Like, oh, okay. Now you gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying, what God's saying. So how does that?
And that's the I think the importance of having a good like home base, right? A good church. Like I already knew like the genuineness and the authenticness at RTM.
Yeah.
And so I knew he wasn't finna just come to just, that's what was happening prior to. He was just going to show, like, go through the motions.
Yeah.
But there, like, I feel like ever since he even joined and got to know, one person after the other, I will say he really didn't have like a lot of like, you didn't really have like a lot of friendships outside of.
I had no friends.
Yeah, you didn't have any friends besides me.
Yeah, besides you. That was like, she was my only friend for like years.
But it was cool to see it evolve through him having like brotherhood at the church.
Gotcha.
I feel like that has been like, that was that foundation that let him know it's okay. Like, we go to church, but we're still brothers, but it's not this fake pretense that you normally see at some churches. And I think that's the part that I've never really had to convince him.
That's good.
Besides maybe that first couple of visits.
That was it.
Yeah.
And I think Pastor Powe just delivered the word in a way that he could be receptive to it. And he'll always say that, like,
It was real.
Even his dad, you know.
It was real.
You heard things and you heard a lot of negative things, but when you were actually there sitting in the moment, like you couldn't help but deny the truth and the light.
And when you say you heard negative things, you're talking about outside of the church.
Yeah.
Perception.
The things that, you know, they say like RTM.
Yeah.
But
and as you evolve and as you grow, there's this like lonely place, right?
Yeah.
Because the people you used to hang around and be with and the mindsets that existed, you can't, you don't want to be around that, but then you're not in with the other, people either. And so you're in this like middle. And I found myself like caught in this middle for, years. But it was, I think Pastor B was my first like friend outside of Ariana, like in years. Like when we started, because I think
we met.
Yeah, and I was like, ooh, what are we doing? Who are we going to dinner with? Going to the movies with? Like, why are we doing this?
That's how you thought about us?
I did.
Go to B-Days.
Let me find out. He's like, who we going with again?
Right, like, what are we doing?
I want to say, I think what made it work is we both felt the same way.
We were both just sitting there. They was just chopping it up, having a great time. And y'all could just imagine me and Pastor B just looking like, we just sitting there quiet.
Didn't know you felt like
kind of
that.
quiet people until you get to
until you get to know
they're the people that talk the most.
Yeah, exactly. We just be sitting there now. So what happened?
Interesting.
Yeah,
you're
it's
saying
good.
about me right now, so I'm gonna let that slide.
It's good.
I'm gonna let that slide.
It's good.
We're gonna talk more about, right? Just those moments. Would you say that you wanted to go?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because he was at a place in life.
Wanted to go to church. Yeah. I didn't know I needed it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go because of what I knew church to be prior to that. It wasn't about relationship. It wasn't about, I didn't know anything about a relationship with God. I just know, I believed in God.
Right.
But it was more religious than anything.
Yeah.
I would have never come back to church because of my experience, like as a child in church.
Wow.
It wasn't something I saw value in outside of like, I believe in God.
Yeah.
But that was it. There was no relationship. There was no mindset, no understanding. And nor did I live that way.
Yeah.
Do
you think, I believe, and I know you would agree, like the relationship with God, the more it took off, you saw it started to change not just your marriage, but your business and evolve in your family and also save your life, right?
Oh, 100%.
Like that's something I think that
if it wasn't for, I'll just start with the place, right? Revealing truth. And then I'll start with the person, Pastor Powe, and then the people, the Powe family. There would be no envision.
No.
There would be no marriage.
No.
There would be none of that. And so like, I could say that without a shadow of a doubt.
Wow.
Because I knew where my mind was. I knew where I was at.
Yeah. And then even what it did to your dad, like he's seen you change.
Oh, absolutely.
And evolve. And how it changed his perspective about what he's heard.
Change, again, it's like, are you gonna, in those moments, are you gonna have the faith and confidence to, really stand up for what you believe in and evolve? Or are you gonna kind of just blend in with the crowd and no matter who it is. And I've always been that way. I don't care who it is.
Yeah.
Like, truth is truth.
Yeah.
It doesn't even, I don't care if you're my mama, my daddy, like, truth is truth.
Yeah.
And once I understand it, once I know it, I'm willing to confront it.
Yeah.
And that's what it was even with me and my dad. Like, he was still kind of in that mindset that I was in, prior to, being brought to the church. And, I'm thankful that I was able to like lead with confidence in those moments to even bring him around and to change his mindset as it relates to just life and like relationship with Christ and everything else.
Yeah.
Man, that's so strong.
Yeah.
Because I want people to understand like that's not easy.
Yeah.
That's not.
That's not an easy thing. And like I say, there's a lot of people, man, they desire that and don't know how to get to that place, especially when you're talking about, and of course, knowing him just like a man like Allen. Mm-hmm. He's a leader. Mm-hmm. He's not a follower in any sense of the word. And so to be in a place to where it's okay. Right, like I don't think people realize how big of a threshold it is for a lot of males to even come to church.
Yeah,
because it's a man that's preaching, so it's hard to even get like it's hard to even get over that. And so I love to always just kind of like pull out the pieces to be like what made you listen?
Yeah,
like what made you stay? Like what made it just resonate?
Yeah,
because man, that helps others to be able to navigate their journey, understand their journey, right? Like, and you're saying it, and the fact that like truth is truth.
That's it.
Like you can't just be so, you're in a place, right? The first thing, you're in a place, and like something has to evolve here, and to understand that like truth is that thing, understanding what needs to happen to me mentally, so that what happens to me physically can start to evolve. And then I'm hearing you say it, which I would love to hear more on that, like to like, no, it's not just business, but also marriage. And how faith played a role in both of them evolving and growing, right?
Yeah, that is true. That's good.
I mean, this whole journey has been faith, right? Regardless of the marriage, like, his growing in God, like everything, like when I'm looking, like all I'm doing is like, y'all giving me a bunch of like flashbacks, but just, you don't know, like God gives you what you need in the moment, right? And like,
that's good.
All those things all the highs and the lows that we've been through, like we've chose each other at the end of the day. And I feel like that's what's made this.
That's what's made it.
100%. Just never looking for, like she said, faith is every day. It's everything. And, not looking for like comfort.
And there's work with it.
Matter of fact, like it's the opposite. Because if I'm comfortable, like if I'm comfortable, then I know that God has something else. Because I need to be relying on Him for everything. I want to be to the point where
that's good.
If I can't rely on Him,
that's good.
I don't need to. There's more. That's how I think about it. Like, there's something else. Like, in that moment where I'm like, oh, wow, like, everything's kind of figured out.
No.
Everything's kind of, like, safe. Everything's comfortable. There's more. That means there's more because He always wants, I know for us, He always wants us to be relying on Him.
That's it.
For everything.
That's it.
But I do feel like him talking about that, like, yes, I know it started with me making him go to church, but in ways that he just said like that, like the whole getting out of being comfortable, right? Like, we started our marriage uncomfortable. So I've always, if I'm gonna be honest, like I've always looked for this place, okay, when we get here, like it'll be like, and he's always pushed. And that has been a game changer for me because it's made me, the example that he is in his life and pushing himself, it's made me push myself to not be in that place of like comfort. Yeah. So like vice versa, like he's had to, Ariana, we got to believe and trust God for this. Like, no, I just want to be in my little safe
bubble.
place.
So not just grow. He's not growing. You guys are growing each other in that aspect.
Like I can't say it's one way at all.
Yeah,
like he's shown like the way that he's lived and seeing how God has worked through him, like it's just been wild to see, and it's really challenged me in terms of my faith. In just all things. Especially as we've built this business that again is supposed to be bigger than us. Like it's been a wild ride. This is very symbolic.
I'm about to say this is
we're on the racetrack.
Definitely it.
Good depiction of
the screen's looking around like, and even in this moment, I'm thinking like, I don't know that I signed up for this, but I'm here. I am here.
Nobody knows what they sign up when they say I do.
I think that's the beauty of it, right? That you are. That I see a lot of people that the reason why they never get to I do is because they want so many guarantees before they say it.
Absolutely.
Not realizing that what you're saying is I'm saying I do to be with you.
With you, that's it.
Through this journey now.
Absolutely.
But it is a journey.
Absolutely.
Like this isn't guaranteeing anything but companionship through life.
Ooh,
like this isn't doing anything other than saying like you have a ride or die regardless of what happens and what we see. But like it's going to grow. And I think that's something that like y'all can share particularly very well because there's a lot of people who aim for places you guys have been through.
Yeah.
And I can hear it, and I would just love for you guys to like just pull out like how important that is, that right? That once you become, you know, these business owners,
Right.
and you actually do have staff members, and
Yeah.
you actually are growing a business, you've shifted from a place.
Yeah.
So now it's not just simply about your progress,
Right,
but
it's
progressing
others.
something that can progress others.
Yeah. Right.
Like you always say, it's bigger than us.
Yeah.
And so now you learn that comfort is not just a decision you're making,
Yeah.
but
for
your
other
decision of
people's
comfort
lives.
now affects other people's
Yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
And so I hear a lot of people, they don't see that part of it, but I would love for y'all to talk about like that part of it, of
Yeah.
understanding that like, it's not
Bigger than
just
you.
simply a desire to go further or escape comfort places even for ourselves anymore.
Yeah.
Right? Like just talk about what that is like, right?
Yeah.
Like that's
No matter the quest, I'm with you to the end. Through the tears and smiles, rain, sunshine, or clouds. Ooh, can we just thank God for the middle? Cause only death can part, but thank God for now.
Baby, let's have a scene now. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. I think we found our rhythm now. Only death could part us, but thank God for now. All is fair in love and we're okay, I know that's true. Some may pray on us, but we just pray through. Baby, let's take the scene. We can do the dash show, we can slow down. What if we laughed at the things the enemy tried to kill us with? Refuse to hold a grudge even for a little bit.